Let's go!
Mind your head. Yeah.
It's fun, you know?
Yeah, we tried.
Well, hello Alex, and thank you very much for coming in the Wild Vine today. We are very
Wild
pleased.
Vine.
Yeah, because our concept is into the wild, so it's the Wild Vine. We are very pleased to have you here today. Just gonna put the light on so it's
Yeah.
okay.
I fully keep like one, it's great.
Like every other DJ that come into the van, can you briefly introduce yourself? Police interrogation style, name, age, profession. I
Okay.
know it's a bit rough for a start, but
No,
I
it's-
promise you will get
Be quick.
more friendly after that.
So, nothing, I'm Alex Kennon, I'm DJ producer, actually living in Ibiza since 8 years, but during most part of the year, because in the winter I go to Barcelona. I have a house in Barcelona too, because otherwise with the flights connection is terrible here. And nothing, that's me, long hair guy, a living life guy.
Yeah, cool. So you mentioned that you live in Ibiza mostly in summer.
Yeah, mostly no, it's like since maybe end of February, start of March until end of October. So it's
Okay.
like 8 months, we can
Is
say
this
8 months.
because you play really a lot here? And
No, it's because he's began my house. It's many years. I moved here in 2011, and it's an amazing place where to live.
Yeah,
Especially when you go out, you come back in. So you every time you have that feeling from the window from the airplane. Oh, wow, we are coming back in Ibiza. What a nice sensation, you know. It's,
yeah, the island is very particular. There's like a special atmosphere here that we can feel. What could you say about the island? What do you feel about here?
Actually, I can say something because 8 years is a lot of time.
Yeah.
Actually, I arrived here. I was 22, 23. And the island is always special, you know what I mean? Depends from what you want from the island.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have everything here. The most part that I like from the island is the natural part, you know, the sea, the water, the clearness of the water of the sea, because I really like clear waters. And also, you know, you can have also a lifestyle in the countryside, so you can live a countryside life, but also being in a small island, you know, it's well, the problem that the island has is maybe that there are not so much like theaters. You don't have like the big city sensation. That's
Yeah,
what I
okay.
miss sometimes, you know. But you know, everybody's here. A lot of friends are here during 6-7 months.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty cool.
exactly, no matter where we are, it's like the island is great. You can feel this energy on the air. The island is always like this, you know. It has been always like this since when I'm here. Every year you can feel that particular energy.
Yeah, it does not change with
Does
time.
not change anything. Only maybe in the music business is changing a little bit the tendance, the trendy stuff
A
that
bit
they are like
different.
hype or no hype.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different because also I think the limitations from the government, you know, the rules about shutdown, close times, and you know, this a little bit changed. But you know,
But it doesn't really
Ibiza is
affect.
Ibiza,
Yeah,
always,
it's
and will be
Ibiza.
always Ibiza. I really hope that it's not gonna be too much, you know, because I think, personally, I think when something is getting too much attention, really too much, a massive attention, is gonna go down. But Ibiza had everything as this kind of phases, you know. We can say every 3-4 years is changing a cycle.
Okay.
So every 3-4 years there is something new going
It's
on.
renewing.
Exactly. So it's
Yeah.
something happening since 30 years. If I speak with old people staying here, like people staying maybe for 30 or 40 years on the island, they can say the same. Nothing changed.
Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, only people.
Only people.
Yeah, only people
But the
is same.
spirit is always the same.
Spirit is always the same.
Yeah,
You can
it's
find
cool.
whatever you want, wherever you want. So
And since the focus of this interview is nature, and you were speaking about the alien nature, how do you enjoy it? Are you more of a contemplative, like just enjoying what surrounds you, or more of a doer, practicing some activities linked to the natural features of the island?
Actually, we do now. I do like wakeboard. Sometimes we like to take like the boat in the summer. We do some water sports. But for me, that part is really good because when I come back from the shows from the weekend, gives me that peaceful part that I need in my life. You know, so I switch off. I live like really close from the city, like 3-4 minutes, but gives you the sensation that I'm really isolated from the city.
Yeah.
But I'm like 3 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I have around me like a big land, you know, with my dog, my plants and stuffs, and I try to disconnect and focus on my music and my inspiration with that.
So the nature enables you to recharge batteries a little
Exactly,
bit
it's
while
about
you're
recharge.
out,
Yeah, exactly. It's about recharge battery and make a good life, healthy life, good food, and all these kind of things. Because
Food.
yeah,
Good food is very important.
yeah, good food right now. I think is the as I say now to my friend, if you're rich, you're gonna spend no money for the cars, but for good food right now. But it's fun, you know why? Because when I was younger, the good food was the low, you know, your life, and now everything has everything is super big, industrialized. It's really hard to find in the big chain something good. So you know what I mean. So you have to go to the locals. We support a lot of locals people. With vegetables from Ibiza, everything from Ibiza, also chicken, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's where the good food is.
Exactly. So I think local support food is the best key.
Yeah, I think too. Yeah.
About healthiness and healthy life. You know.
Just a parenthesis. If you like wakeboard, we have something to show you at the end of the interview. You will be crazy.
Yeah, you're a professional.
No.
Okay.
But we have some small toys that you should like. We're going to show you. I came to find with time that emotion brought by sports sometimes are close to emotion brought by music. In a report I saw you doing some cliff diving.
Yeah, I really like the cliff diving. I did also last year with Nick Fanciulli. We tried 12 meters actually. Was 12 meters is here in Sapunta. There is like a nice spot. It's my private, I can say my private spot, but I think everybody's coming now there.
Yeah, okay.
Because they did like a reportage with everybody knew now, like Leslie. Where was the place? It was my fault actually, but yeah, I really like, because I really like adrenaline stuff. When I was younger, I was also racing with motorbikes.
Okay, yeah.
So I really like the rush, the big adrenaline and goosebumps every time in your blood. Is something, because now I don't know why I'm like my level is up. So if I need to feel like something really hard and really intense for a feeling and have the sensation of adrenaline, the goosebumps. So it's like I'm going up like level, you know.
And would you say that music can bring you that level of
music?
Adrenaline?
I think that in the live act, something like that. Yeah, it's I can tell you, happens almost every week actually. Almost every week.
Stefan did some cliff diving also when he was in Cuba a few years ago.
Yeah.
And he found that there are some kind of similarities between those particular jumps and the few seconds before a drop in a mix. I mean, you see that moment when... Yeah.
Exactly. The best part is the last 2 seconds, you know. It's not when you jump.
Yeah, it's when you're...
It's in the middle, it's when you are like reaching the water, because you feel like nothing. You feel part of the nature, I think. Maybe it's my sensation. You feel like a toy in the air going down in the water, and you know that you are coming inside an amazing element, because I really love water like element. So I think that's what gives you that power, that energy. It makes you feel alive, you know.
And
wow.
There's
always in safety, guys.
Sure.
Yeah, it's important. At least 5-6 meters water. Don't jump on the rocks.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's important.
Because there's a very big chain of elements. One moment you're just with the wind in your ears, and the second after they're just the underwater muffled sounds, and then
wind. You can you can smell also the nature, you can smell the wind, you can smell the freedom. So I really like that kind of stuff, but I can't do that every day, you know. Actually.
And do you feel that there's some way close to what you can feel when you mix? Do you find some of that emotion when you're playing?
Like that, maybe in the start I had the same sensation, you know what I mean. In the start, when you are younger, you are super keen, excited. It's different from how is the sensation now, how is the approach that I have now with the crowd, you know, because the experience gives you also you are more sure than yourself. For sure, you are never prepared for what's going on the next, you know. That's the good things of our passion, our job, that you never know what's going on, what's next.
Yeah.
So that's a challenge. It's a big challenge.
So at first, when you were younger, there were more
Yeah, for sure.
adrenaline.
For example,
now
I feel responsibility. Responsibility
for the crowd, for them
for everything, for me, for my music, for the people. Try to make them enjoy and through my music. So it has to be like an elixir that I want to deliver to the people. It's not just about okay, go there and play music. No, it's about I need to stay in their heart at least for a few time. You know, it's like touch their heart. You know, that's the most important thing for me.
So you try to give them some
emotion. Give them at least something about my behavior, my human, like I am, like a person, like I am, like an artist. Try to transmit them who I am, who I am.
Yourself.
Give them information and who I am.
And what do you try to express then through your music?
To be the freedom.
Yeah,
freedom, and be like yourself. Just enjoy, and that's it. Music is enjoy. You know, when we listen to the tracks every time. Also, when we were like a kid, when I was listening to a track, I think everybody of us had the same sensation. You feel like, wow, that's nice. You know, you have a good feeling when you listen to the music.
Yeah.
Sometimes not, because maybe there is music. I think there is no music that is a shit. I mean, there is no ugly music. It's just about what you like in your life.
Yeah,
your style. What's your style? What's your favorite kind of music? That's it.
What vibes you feel, and
I really respect. I mean, all music. For example, what I was saying before, when I was 23 years old, for example, or like 7-8 years ago, I played Privilege opening party, and the big room is when they were used that big opening parties with Privilege 10 years ago, like almost. I played 2013 something. I don't remember, 13 or 14. I don't remember. I was like 24. Something like that, and I felt that adrenaline rush in my body because I was there. I saw the crowd. It was like a big, huge room with 10,000 people, we can say there, and I was like, so okay, I go back home. Let's call the driver. I'm not prepared for this. Maybe it's too much, and you start having like stomach butterflies and these kind of things. And then when you start after 5 minutes, everything is done. Because you think maybe I'm done for that. Maybe I'm good for
that's
this.
What I'm supposed to do.
Exactly. Maybe it's not that bad for me to approach to this big crowd. You know, so that's good because keeps you real, keeps you with the feet on the ground. I think the best thing that you can do in your career is always have your feet on the ground and be humble, be thankful with the people and with your family, with people that stay with you every day, that works hard with you, your team, also yourself sometimes. But you have to say, DJs and artists, most of us, we are like selfish, you know.
Why would you say
because
that?
we like to be like always in the middle of the attention. We like to take care about us personally. I mean, like a person, we are thinking about us. Like, okay, let's do this. We want to try to keep the edge always up and up and up. Otherwise, you're gonna stand in yourself. You're gonna sleep, and that's not good.
Yeah,
so it's better overthinking all the time, overthinking.
To get better and to move on.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. We play some music that's called underground, but we choose to play it outside in the open air with white spaces. Do you think that house music, techno music should be the studio to make those music should be underground in the dark room with no natural light, or do you think it also goes with
underground? Is
nature?
just maybe we are exchanging now the term, the word underground with the translation of the word. You know, I think underground. I think underground is really, there are really few situation and community that are really proper underground right now. I mean, we can find them maybe in Berlin. We can find them in I think in every capital of the European countries. But it's really, it's a kind of not hidden. It's like something that as is public, is crowd, and it's something that is always the same since many years. You know, doesn't change. The difference is the house music had like a big evolution in the last 15 years, we can say 10 years, and techno too. So now techno is back since 5-6 years. It's super strong. It's maybe one of the first style playing around, and that have like a huge crowd going to the festival and stuff. But also house music is here since maybe 30 years. You know what I mean? And never change. It's always like that. So I think there is no difference between underground and what's going on, because if you play for 5,000 people, do you want to call that underground?
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Maybe underground was when we were doing the private party in our houses when I was 18 with the 20 people. That was underground. You know what I mean? That we were playing like the vinyls, importation vinyl from Germany, minimal stuffs that nobody know and at the moment. You know what I mean? But today everything is like super overviewed, you know, everything is overcharged.
With
everything,
the internet and everything is there's more and more people that get touched by
from
things,
from DJ's world. That's the thing.
The gathering becomes big.
Because DJs now are figures, are characters, are pop stars.
Yeah.
So the pop star is attracting more and more people than before, you know.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
So that's it. I think there is no different about underground. For sure, it's about music. Underground could be like a kind of music not for everyone, just for some kind of people that likes it. Maybe raw stuffs, dark sounds, more like particular. We can say different, special. But it's really hard to describe. But there is no different. You know, you can do whatever you want. As I told you before, there is respect for every kind of style.
Yeah.
So I can see, for example, super DJs playing for 25,000 people, playing some underground stuffs in the middle of more commercial stuffs, you know. Today I think it's about what do you like music, what do you like music, what do you think is best for your crowd. That's it. Just do your job and your passion and try to transmit your energy to the people. That's it.
Yeah. You were in Israel lately to play?
Israel, yeah.
And you said on social media that you were really impressed by the desert and the Dead Sea.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Especially when you don't sleep after the club, but you go straight to the airport. I was super like, no.
Too bad, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a mystic moment actually. It was really cool.
That the fact to discover some new places, new nature, new environment is one of the reason you like being a DJ?
The environment.
The fact to be able to travel and to see.
That's a bit. That's a nice part of being a DJ. Being a DJ. Sometimes it's hard because sometimes you don't see a place. You know, you just go you just go venue, airport, and then venue, airport, and airport, another place. But the good thing is that you are gonna meet a lot of new people.
Yeah.
You make a lot of new friends. That's the best part of the job, I think. You are super social guy. You know, when you are a social guy. When you are not a social guy, you are not gonna do like many friends. But for sure, you are gonna meet people. You know what I mean? So that's the best part, I think, of our passion, our job. We can say job because. I say passion because, you know, it's a passion that began like a job after years. So that's the best you can do, you know. If you are working and you are living, you are like
loving what you do.
Exactly.
It's not a job anymore.
Yeah, and also they pay you for that. It's the best, you know. It's like you are doing what you love, and people recognize that in yourself. So
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
We are really lucky for that, actually.
Yeah. And 15 days before Israel, you were in New York for a gig. It's quite different, I guess. And both have their ways to be amazing. But the things that can be impressive in New York are quite different from the things that can be impressive in Israel, I guess. Would you say that the general environment, the global atmosphere of the city or place you play have an impact on what you play, or do you only get influenced by the crowd and the team of the party, or also by the place you are?
I think it's about information that your brain is having in that moment. So I was playing in Brooklyn Mirage in New York. It's one of maybe the best clubs over there right now, open air. I was playing the sunset set, so what do you want to do? I just want to drink maybe a nice beer, stay with friends. You know what I mean? The sensation that you have is a super peaceful, super great, nice sensation. And for sure it's gonna be different, the approach, because you are playing with the sun, and you are in New York. And the people in New York is used to have like house music and big DJ since many years, because we are speaking about New York, maybe one of the coolest cities in the world, you know what I mean? So that makes different, but I think it's just about the energy. For me, there are no countries, it's the energies.
Yeah, but
it's about the energy.
Since the surrounding, the environment.
Yeah, the environment does, for sure does, the environment.
Changes
But
the energy a bit.
yeah, but also people does more than environment. For sure, if you are like in with trees in a forest, for sure it's gonna be a different sensation. So you're gonna have like different approach and different vibes.
Yeah.
But I think people is the key.
Is the key. Okay.
People
Most
is what
important.
makes you the different. The environment maybe does 20%, 25%.
Okay.
People does 75% easy.
Yeah, okay.
And also everything, which kind of promoter he is, if he's a friend of you, that makes the difference too. You know what I mean? If everything is on point, you can find, if you find like nice monitors, you know what I mean. Everything is working great. You feel like super easy, super perfect about. So that's it. It's just about it's sensation. It's just because through our eyes we can see. We can hear, so we can smell the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So
Every senses are used to.
It's
Also
the fact you are a very social guy. Okay.
I'm a social guy. You think? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, cool. Well, we know you are quite busy in summer in Ibiza, so we're not going to keep you all day in the van. We'd just like to have a last word for what's currently happening in the Amazons with the fires. Maybe you've seen that Ida Engberg started fundraising.
Yeah, she did it, and she did a great job actually.
Yeah.
She collected a lot of money actually, so and that's great. Because I think a public figure, what they have to do is that, and not everybody is gonna do that. Is doing that. So she did a great, and she cares a lot about nature, about animals. I'm the same with the animals and nature, because I think it's the most. There is no building or something or paint that human being has done like nature. Nature is really. Nature is everything. I think we are inside her. You know what I mean? We are part of her, because I don't know if you saw the Netflix documentary from Will Smith, One Strange Rock. It's great. You should see that.
Okay, well,
explain you everything about art, how it works. It's like it's a live planet.
Okay.
It's living planet. You know what I mean? So it's always in movement. It's changing. It's giving inputs, output every time. It's great.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we just wanted to say that, of course, we fully support.
Can you imagine there were like 25,000 Ida Engberg around the world?
Yeah, it would be.
Everything was better.
Awesome, yeah.
But the problem is not Ida, because Ida, she does what she can. The problem is the presidents and these people that they don't care about. You know what I mean? I think we have to take care before than everything of this kind of from the nature,
Things,
of the nature, because it's something that is it's in our like DNA.
Yeah,
can
yeah,
say.
Yeah,
We are part of the nature,
yeah.
actually.
We are part of it. Of
Yeah.
course, yeah. So we just want to tell our watchers that if they want to get involved, you can find everything you need on the Twitter account of Ida and Beck. We'll give you one link. And well, thank you very much, Alex, for coming into
Thank you,
into the
guys.
band today. It was a great pleasure. Hope we.
For me
you
too.
had a good
Today
time.
we keep going with the celebrations.
Yeah.
Next Fanciulli's party, birthday in Ushuaia for his party. So we are doing a great week of
Awesome.
celebration. Yeah,
Awesome,
since
awesome. That's
5
cool.
days. So thank you so much, and hope to see you soon.
Nice.
And
See you
this is
around.
a really nice idea, actually. A really nice
Thank you.
concept.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.